works out in the class.
This is a really weird start to a show. Hello!
Woo!
Welcome back to the Comedy Arcade, where we grossly misunderestimated the space that we would need for 6 people. So we've punished Jack, we've put him on the naughty stool, and he's not got a microphone, so he can only speak when I let him. Like I said, if you've got a problem with this, start your own podcast, Jack. This is my game. Yes, welcome to the Comedy Arcade. It looks so different to the venue in the first half, doesn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
I was just allowing a slow drag. Good.
This will be a
slow
podcast.
drag, 2 stars.
I was going to say, as this is going to be an audio podcast that genuinely goes out, you have to describe anything that you do for the listener, which I think adds a weird little frisson to it, like a little bit of notes. But the drag there, we're just going to leave it up to them to decide. Right, so we've got a game to play with all of these sexy, exciting, neurodiverse and queer people that I didn't realise I'd booked, to be honest. I was like,
Wait, this was me. This was unintentional.
no, we did have one straight person, they dropped out, they were busy. Yeah, so here we are, we've got what we've got, and we're going to make it work. I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like...
We've got the chaos queers, live with it.
I feel like this is never going to make it out as a recording, so don't hold back, is what I would say. Right, so how it works, I've got this bingo ball here that's full of numbers. That is how bingo balls work. You might think, how could I get a bingo ball of this calibre? And I'll tell you, Argos. That's how I got this. It's teak effect, only the cheapest would do for me. And yeah, are we ready to let fate dictate the show?
Jesus Christ.
No.
Yes.
This is all a bit Muppets Christmas Carol, isn't it? I'll be honest, this was slicker every other time I've done it. But
Comedy Arcade, the not die.
right,
I'm fucking loving your Muppets references tonight. I know some of them aren't landing, but I appreciate them.
I don't think my mic. I've not got any feedback from my mic, which worries me that I
I
am.
don't think it's on.
Which I think is the way to do it. I think we can do it.
Radio mics.
There we go.
Mr. Person with access to the sound desk. Is that possible?
Can you swap those round?
Yeah.
Just so that the two have the same type of mics on together.
I'm still loud. I'll just go down. I'll just go down there.
Hello.
it's just like, we don't need a sound check. How badly can it go?
Sorry.
Hello.
I'm just gonna hang out down here.
It's a bit Gear Westlife,
We'll stand up when someone laughs.
There'll be a key change. We'll go for it. I'm the fat one. I leave first.
Right, no, we've got a bit of audience participation, completely voluntary, non-verbal audience participation. I've got 3 paddles here.
Woo! Whoa!
Yeah, the whole job is you hold them up at a point that you designate. Who would like to be my paddle bitches? Right, yes. 2 brilliant people in red. Okay, we'll start with you. Which one would you like, Lee? Alright, orange paddle. That
red.
is... Any autistics in?
Sorry.
So you've got the orange or red paddle. You decide. It's up to you. And that is my favourite paddle. That is
Orange in my heart.
Look what you did.
That counts.
It is red though, right? Like we are all
It is red, yeah.
I don't know.
Also-
Right, just
Let's not
correct.
get badgery now.
My mic's still not on. How do you do
It's
it?
not for you. Right. I just want to start the game. Right, the orange paddle or the red paddle, it's up to you. You decide. It's like that viral dress. Anyway, that paddle is new balls. If at any point you are bored of the topic, you're sick of the story, if you just don't like the panelists that speak it, you can only use it once, so use it wisely. You hold it up, they're not allowed to finish. You can only use it once. The fact that you expect to use it more than once really reflects how you feel about all of the people on the panel.
You gave the paddle to the clown in the audience.
And we'll see how that plays out. Yes, so new balls.
If I'm bored, I
If you're bored, you put it up. We never get to the end of the story. We never get to find out. You might think people are too nice to use it. I've been doing this for 5 years. Jenny Ryan, the vixen from The Chase, once said, "I don't like sloths." We never got to find out why. So yeah, that is the red stroke orange paddle. We've designated the green paddle already. The green paddle, that's everyone's favourite. That is Fruit Machine. What happens there? Again, you can only use it once at any point in the game. If you hold that up, I will randomise everybody's scores. So Jack might have told a heartfelt story that made everyone laugh, made everyone cry, made everyone redefine the parameters of their life, and Marc Burrows could still win. But obviously I won't let either of them win because they're men. And no, it's a fair game, so you can hold that up at any time. And do you want to? Who's going to be our yellow? Yellow paddle. That's new panelist. So if at any point you're sick of the panelist that's on, you can pick another panelist. If they've already gone, they get to go again. If you fancy someone in the audience having a go, for one night only, nominate an audience member and we'll see how they do. So yeah, again, you can only use it once. Right, the paddles are in play. It's time to roll the ball. Are we all ready? That's what happens when everyone doesn't join in when I ask them. Right. It is ball number 7. Ooh. What's ball number 7? Let's consult the list. I would like to know the worst date you've ever been on.
Oh yeah, I've got this.
Would you like a microphone that works?
I've got no. Okay, this one I think is all right. I'd like to tell you about the first date I ever went on, right? I went on a date with a girl called Emma when I was 15. I had never spoke, this was a girl date. I had the first boy date, it was behind some bins and it's not as fun. In many ways more rewarding though. This girl was a friend.
No spoilers, please.
She was the daughter of my friend of my
Daughter of your mother?
I live in the southwest now. That is how we roll. Sheep. I do live there. This girl was called Emma. I met her on my brother's football club. She was very cute, and I was like, do you know what? I've never asked a girl out for my life. I'm going to ask her. I asked her. I got a phone number from my mum's friend. I wrote it, and then I hid it in the back of my Smashing Pumpkins box set. And she was like, yes. I rang her. She's like, yes, let's go out. We'll go to the Lord Nelson in town. And she's like, I'm going to bring a friend. I was like, okay, I'll bring a friend. Can you bring a friend as well? I was like, we'll double date. I was like, yeah. So I asked my friend Ben. Now, what you need to know about my friend Ben is my friend Ben is a cunt. He's also dramatically better looking than me. What happened? First of all, she turns up for the date at my house. At the time, I had long hair. I used to have my long hair in a ponytail. But I only started. I was fucking cool, alright?
We're all visualising it, and no one agrees.
It was the 90s. I am 43 years old. I know.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, I'm 43 years old.
Get on with the story.
It's not loose women.
In a way, Vix. In a way, it is. Shotgun one of the Nolans. Sorry, get on with it. So anyway, this girl turns up my house. I couldn't do my own ponytail at this point. I wasn't good enough at doing it. I'd only had long hair for like 6 months.
Wait, how can you fuck up a ponytail? It's the easiest thing to do with long hair.
All right.
Don't get it too low. It's a bit too founding fathers.
So what happened is my mum used to put my hair up for me. And this girl turns. Sorry.
She give you a high pony like an Ariana Grande, or
No, it was perfectly reasonable. Straight out the back of the head.
okay.
No, not quite that. It wasn't nape. It wasn't quite grungy. It was a reasonable ponytail, if such a thing exists for a 15-year-old fucking boy. Anyway, this girl turns up at my house a little bit early, looks through the living room window and sees my mum putting my hair up for me. We then proceed to go out, and it turns out she's not brought a mate. Her mate couldn't come. I had brought my mate. My mate is both a cunt and better looking than me. So I went home on my own, crying and kicking fences. And my mate Ben went home with Emma. And I wish I could say that was the last time he did that to me, but it's not.
Are you still friends with him?
Yes, maybe.
Does your mum still do your hair?
I mean, if I lived with my mum, I'd be happy. I've got a much easier do now. I can
Lesbian and Miasbrook haircut then.
Yeah, I've very much got a lesbian haircut. I'm quite happy. Russell, if anyone's interested.
To be fair, that is one of the things I miss about transitioning. Is when I used to have a fuckboy haircut, and like I fucking loved having a quiff. It was just I've tried to replicate it by like trying to do a faux quiff, but I will never get a quiff like I used to have.
Can we have a small rewind? I've got a fuckboy haircut.
Right. The fuckboy was because it was on me. My dead name's Brad, for fuck's sake. Don't tell anyone that.
Your secret's safe with us.
Stevie's one drink and dead names herself.
You worried if you can get it wrong with trans people? No.
Not when you've got a shame kink.
And dare I ask about bad dates for Stevie? Or Brad?
Weirdly enough, almost all of my bad dates were Brad. So I had a weird thing where I always used to attract Tories, and I don't understand why. Because again, I only found out that I was with a Tory for 2 years out of politeness. My like really emotionally abusive ex I was just like, you know what? It's easier for me to just keep her at arm's length and wait for her to get sick of me, which she eventually did, and I was so proud of it. Like, that's not even a bad thing. Okay, so you did literally, the first thing you said before I went on is don't use this as therapy. What's the first thing you said?
Comedy. Arcade.
Yeah, I gathered that, but I got distracted by arcade. I thought about the bright lights and Hannah's lights, and I just got distracted.
Bad dates.
Yeah, bad dates, right. So this could have been a date, but I managed to like nip it in the bud. But it was someone I was talking to on Tinder. I was catfished on the Isle of Man, which is
Great title for a book.
oh yeah. The thing is, when you're trans and a trans lesbian, Tinder is already a pretty sparse it's pretty sparse what you're looking at. And on the Isle of Man, I swiped through the Isle of Man's lesbian Tinder without even going through my free likes at the time. Like half an hour. And the thing is, I was watching a TV program, so I went to visit my uncle, and I was like, he lives on the Isle of Man. You don't need to know that, that's a waffle. But like, I started
No, tell us
swiping.
more.
Well, yeah.
Please
So
don't. I've forgotten to you. Please don't tell us more.
don't encourage me to go on a tangent. I'm unmedicated today, for fuck's sake.
At least you hadn't spoken for a while,
Yeah.
so they can fuck shit up. No.
So
We're
yeah.
on the Isle of Man.
Isle of Man, and someone was chatting to me, and they just seemed a bit off. And they said to me, like on Tinder, they were like, "Mate, I've got a friend who's really protective over me, and they want to message you on Instagram and make sure that you're not like bad news." And I was like, all right, I kind of just want to see where this goes, okay. And then I messaged them on Instagram, and it slowly became clear that their male friend was using some random girl's photos, and it was the same person, because they were accidentally putting X's on the Instagram messages when that was just some guy that was making sure. It's a long story, but the main reason is I called them out on it, and I was like, it's not okay, don't be doing that, like, you're not nicking people's photos. And he blocked me straight away, and I was like, alright, fine, I wish I'd have had more time to just fuck with you a bit, but alright. And the next day I went out with my cousin in the Isle of Man, and it was in Ramsey, and realistically there's only two things to do in Ramsey on the Isle of Man on a night: cinema or bowling. There was no good. yeah. I'm like, so
Sorry, just to clarify, someone gestured bowling. You're from the Isle of Man. Are you the only other person who's from the Isle of Man?
this is two-factor authentication. I'm not bullshitting. The Isle of Man, it's a lovely place. I love it. But like, there's only it is, yeah. And it's a great bowling alley. You do need to clean the balls a bit more. And so yeah, we went bowling. But I don't think the catfish appreciated that if there's like there was something else on it, there was nothing on at the cinema that evening, so there was only one thing for people at my age to be doing that night. So I was in the bowling alley, and we finished bowling, me and my cousin, and we're on the pool table, and I looked up at this group of lads, all very toxic masculinity, like, yeah, my dick's bigger than yours, all this. And then one of them turns to me, and he just like rabbit in the headlights, and I look at him and I'm like, oh shit, that's the fucking guy that was messaging me last night. And he just like he looked like he'd shot himself. He went and bowled, and I got home that evening. Well, I say home, my uncle's house.
In the Isle of Man, did we mention that?
I get home and I'm like, alright, let's just check my messages. He's unblocked me, and I had one message which was, I'll give you anything you want in the world. I was like, fuck. Yeah, so I just told him never to do it again, to apologise to whoever he took the photos of, and he assured me he did that. But I doubt it. I think he probably just nicked my photos and did it again.
And it was Mark's friend then.
Taking the mic off me.
Keep that up.
Yeah, what was the category again?
Bad jokes.
Bad jokes.
For them or for you.
It feels quite odd watching. I feel like my posture's then like Pinocchio, like, before he's made to life. Yeah, bad bit. Well, I'm not allowed to do material, am I? And all my material's about bad dates, and I've been not allowed to do proper jokes. But
It depends if you're shit. If you want, we'll let you do material.
Alright.
If it's going badly, I'll be like, remember that thing you did in your set? Do that.
well, I had one in Sheffield, where we are. And it is lovely. So, and this is if you know him, you're going to know him by the end of this story. So let's leave it in this room. Lovely. I've not got a bad word to say about them, right?
We've got someone in from the Isle of Man. It's niche as well.
That could have been a VP. But I went to. So we had a date, and it went all right, lovely, as I say. And then we decided to go back to his house, right? So, right, do you know what I mean? And we went, all right. And I went into his bedroom, and on the wall there was a massive framed moth, like a real moth, like an actual, like once living now pinned moth. And I thought, oh, well, that's not ideal. But, you know, we're all God's children, so that's what it could have been Secret Santa, I didn't know. So, and then, I say lovely, and I thought, like, just turn a blind eye, do you know what I mean? And we cracked on, and took his top off, and he had tattoos of fucking moths. I know, so I did leave at that, which is a bit awkward.
Have you seen Silence of the Lambs?
I did leave after that, which is really awkward, but I just felt a bit, So
How far in were you when you left?
I took the top, no, I took the top off. I took the top off, got in my head, panicked, just put the big light on and left. Yeah, but that's probably, and the other ones are too vulgar, because this is going out on Spotify, isn't it?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
See, from that lad's perspective, it's just, I took this guy home, it was going well, he took my top off, gawped, and then ran away.
I don't
He's telling this story somewhere in therapy.
Yeah. No, because he was nice.
Okay.
It was nice. He just
He took too many moths.
He took too many moths. How many moths are too many? Too many moths.
What was his jumpers like?
His jumpers.
Oh dear me. Right.
Am I a bit too slow on the uptake, or I've not got that?
Moths wear really nice jumpers.
Oh, yeah. just carry on. This is fine. I'll get there.
Bad dates down that end?
So I don't really remember dates because I was like looking. I don't know. Well, I saw like the note of people I'd like slept with at uni, and one of them just says, "I think her name was Becca."
Almost certainly.
Probably. Who's to say? Maybe her. But I do. I'm just now trying to hold this. So she's in the room. No, I do remember going on a date with a girl to Gatsby's, which is now Forrester's, and the music was so loud I couldn't hear a word she was saying. And so I agreed to a second date to a quieter place, and it turns out she was really fucking boring. but by this point we were on a second date, so she was like, aha, rapport, and I was like, oh no, your personality. And like, it was more in the sense of like, she just had nothing to talk about, and I tried like, oh, you have a tattoo on your leg? And she'd be like, yes, it's a river.
That's a river.
No, I was like, oh, which river? And she said, oh, just a river. And then just dead silence. She could talk for a good long while about a sourdough starter. And this was like pre-lockdown. So she was like,
Turn it off, turn it off!
And so.
Right, you want this microphone work. We're going to share this one.
Okay. And so, why doesn't it work for me? Wait.
Hello?
It is the better option than what we just experienced.
I mean, that was pretty fucking horrendous. Where was it? Sourdough starter. Yeah. So she was just really fucking boring. So I didn't ask her on a third date. But then I. Can you go somebody who've only been on 2 dates? I then went to a. Okay. Did it happen to you? Were you the girl with the river tattoo?
2 days in and you've already moved in, haven't you? That's
It was 3. And I still haven't unboxed my boxes. It's been like 6 months, so I think that resets the balance. Becca, anyway. Boring Becca.
Boring Becca. No, I can't even remember this. This wasn't Becca because I fucked Becca. Becca with a question mark. No, and then I bumped into her at Regina Spektor concert because of course I fucking did. And so I was there with my friend and I was just like, help, I may have like, oh no, I didn't ghost her. I said that, oh no, I've now found a girlfriend, goodbye. And so I apparently had a girlfriend, and so I just said to my friends like, this is weird, can you just pretend to be my girlfriend? I was like, of course. I spent the entire concert just feeling me up, and I was like, okay, I think she can't see us from here. I was like, no, we must be sure. So maybe that was a good day with that friend then, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hannah?
Wonderful.
Did I have to in the Facebook?
No, we're all good. I'll see you later. No, so, right. Maybe an unknown fact about trans women. There aren't many in the military.
This is going to be fucking brilliant.
Or rather, there are, and then they come out and leave. There aren't many women who have come out and then go and join the army. So when I saw this woman's like profile on Hinge, and I thought she was just real into running. It was all exercise. It was all marathons and half marathons. I thought, sure. Something to like, I'm never going to be interested in that, but I can pretend it's nice. So I went and I got coffee with this woman, who then proceeded to order us both hot chocolate, which was the first red flag.
It depends on the hot chocolate.
Hannah, both our partners are really upset by what you just said.
Okay, no, right, the first date and you say, let's go for coffee, and then they preemptively order you both hot chocolate, that's odd. That's just, it's
No
slightly
caffeine for
odd.
you.
No caffeine for you.
Just a child's drink.
Yeah, exactly.
To fatten you up.
So I was on the back foot. And then we're talking about what do you do? And she's like, oh, I realized I never told you. I'm in the Air Force. And I, assuming this was a joke, laughed in her face.
Oh.
It was not a joke. The date did not get much better from there. I tried to like bring it back. I was like, she was saying that she wanted to learn to fly helicopters. I was like, well, what helicopters do you want to learn to fly? And she said, very deadpan, do you know anything about army helicopters? I said, no. She said, there's not much point me explaining then. And we parted ways.
Yeah, that is a real bad date. Sometimes it's not funny, sometimes it gets you in the feels because it could have been you. Right, on we go. The tension's unbearable. I've lost the page. Right. I would like to know your worst Christmas take. An unpopular Christmas opinion that you hold.
My fiance does Christmas wrong.
Here we go. Right?
Right, okay, this is maybe like I wanna get a poll because when people honey I love you, but when people do Christmas, when you're getting presents, do you just sort of like, is it a free for all or do you do one at a time? Can we do like a cheer for a free for all?
Woo! Oh,
Jesus. Can we do a cheer for one at a time? Oh my god, I do Christmas wrong.
What a way to find out!
Oh my god, no, this is not what I thought was gonna happen.
You've got to Google this stuff
I should.
first!
Yeah, oh my god.
Am I the asshole?
Yes!
So you all just like ripping.
Right, so
What the fuck is wrong with you?
So when I was little, what we'd do is you would like everyone would just sit down and someone would ferry presents to everyone and you'd just open them as they came.
Yeah.
And then when I came to my fiance's first Christmas and did Christmas with them, it was a very like almost somber affair. Everyone gets distributed one present each.
Yeah.
You unwrap them, you make eye contact, you say, "Oh, isn't that a good present?" And then you go to the next present. And I found that so overwhelming. I've been looking for validation ever since, and apparently I'm just wrong.
I'm fully with you. What the fuck is wrong with like?
I think it's just we're very autistic, and we
I
don't like people watching us
I
open
don't want
presents.
anyone looking at me while I'm opening my presents because, like, I don't do facial expressions
Exactly.
well. I'm not going to go, oh, it's great. I'm probably going to go, I like that, and then put it to one side.
I mean, I get it. Last year I got my stepson who is autistic and he's one of the best people in the entire fucking universe. I love him so much.
Alright, you've got the caveats in.
They got an iPad, right? And we do it properly, one at a time, paying attention.
Traditional.
He opens his iPad and goes, "Thank you," and I was like, "Little shit." Do you know how much an iPad costs? Show some fucking gratitude. And I've since learned that actually he was just being very autistic, and like and he was incredibly grateful, and he's used it every single day since, and regularly comes and shows me the things he's drawing on it, and I felt like a right wanker.
Because that's the thing is that when you're autistic opening presents, it's usually the one with the least reaction that you like the most. Because I react to presents that I hate with more of a, oh, I fucking love that. I'm kind of nasty. But when I really love a present, I'm like overwhelmed by how much I like it. So I'm like, this is really great. And it's like, so like when you said that, I automatically thought, oh, he really liked that idea.
Same thing as Hannah, Google it.
I've learned the hard way.
I don't like Mark's autistic stepson. But on the present front, a mate of mine is, ex-girlfriend's dad, so father-in-law if they ever got married. Ooh, anyway, it's not who do you think you are. But anyway, he got his wife, they've been together like 40 years, and he got a smoke alarm for Christmas. It's a present for all the family. So it was a round package, and then she picked up another present from under the tree, the same shape, and she said, "Is it another smoke alarm, John?" I went, "Yeah."
No, I think the feral just like presents in a pile and just going at it like, hey, this is better. Because my brother does like, if he gets books, because he always does, because he's an autistic man, he'll just do like a performative little bit of like, and we all just have to watch him read like the first few pages because my mum won't go, okay, now you can open one. I'm like, I'm already just like tearing at the corners, like, I don't care if you likes his book about ancient Greece. He has 1,000 of them already. I want to know what Clinique I got. It was usually a face wash.
Stevie, bad Christmas take?
So yeah, my bad Christmas take is actually the concept of presents. And so I like the concept of giving presents, but surprises, we shouldn't get rid of surprises. We should make it up to the person receiving as to whether they want a we should make it up to the person who's getting the present whether they want a surprise, because So I swear this is an interesting take when I get into it. So when I buy presents, the problem is so I have ADHD as well as autism. I know God just thought, fuck it, we'll give him a fucking snap, right? We'll just have a lot, you know, you can have both. Alright, I'll never tell that joke ever again. Jesus.
I told you don't do material, you didn't
Yeah,
listen.
it wasn't even material. That was just, that was I'm going to just stick to the story.
Did it happen on the Isle of Man?
It did not. Although I did do some Christmas shopping. No, it didn't. So yeah, when I go Christmas shopping, because with ADHD, one of the things I don't grasp is when I'm looking for presents, I can't separate my enjoyment from someone else's. So what? I swear this doesn't sound as selfish as me. It's like, so when I'm looking for presents, I'm going, oh, that's really cool. And what I'm thinking is, I want the person I'm buying the present for to experience what I'm experiencing now. Like, let's put this in perspective. Every time I go to the corner shop, I buy my partner Tang Fastics, forgetting she fucking hates Tang Fastic because I love them, and I'm like, oh, I want her to feel that excitement. You know? And the thing is, everyone thinks I'm being really selfish when, like, because when I went and bought my dad The Incredibles 2 on DVD, I bought myself the entire box set separately. And realistically, I'm just riddled with neurodiversity. So yeah, my take is that presents need to be more inclusive with the fact that I can't really do surprises for people. So yeah, there you go.
Lists are the...
No, you need to look at my phone and tell me. I try with lists, but when I try lists, I'll go shopping and I'll be like, right, what do I need next? Oh shit, I can't find my shopping list, but I can find my national insurance number. You know, because I can't organise this because, as I said, I'm fucking riddled.
So what's your take there? If you buy someone else a present, you need to get yourself more.
Because I'm saying this in public, no. Ask me that later, probably yes. But it's a cost of living, I can't afford to get food, so. Well, yeah, no, my take is just, I want present buying to be more inclusive, to sort of like incorporate the fact that I really struggle with it, but I really want to show the people I love that I love them without having to like mask while I'm buying presents. You know, not that. You know what? I'm going to keep it. I'm sorry. You know, just take this off of me, please.
Stevie would like you to know that she loves you by accepting gifts that she would enjoy. That's the summary.
And I'm not even ashamed of that take now.
You can think about that in your own time and when it is.
Can I just do my one quickly?
Yeah, go on.
It may or may not be controversial, but it'll be a quick one.
We'll find out.
My possibly bad Christmas take is Whamageddon is bullshit.
Yeah.
Huh? Enjoy George Michael. Enjoy George Michael. It's a fucking brilliant song. Be glad when you hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's more funny than true. More true than funny, isn't it?
Oh,
question time round of applause. Brilliant.
This will be quick, but can we all, if I want to be remembered for anything, right, can we all stop, you know, sausages wrapped in bacon? Can we stop calling it that, please? Because it's sadistic as fuck. To call it pigs in blanket, I found it unbelievable. A blanket's like the comfiest, nicest, and the idea that you pluck a pig from a blanket and then wrap it in its own flesh and call that a blanket. And I went in Sainsbury's last weekend. You can have a look. You can go to Sainsbury's. Swear to God, right? King prawns in duvets. Yeah.
What are they in?
It's like a phyllo pastry. But in duvets, and I'm just thinking, I just don't want to end up where we're like...
It's just a vol-au-vent.
Well, quite, but the cutesy naming, I don't want like ducks in an oodie. I don't want it. So that's, can we get rid of pigs in blankets?
Motherfucking ducks in a motherfucking oodie.
I think we can count as blessings though, because if they were more realistic about what a pig in blanket looked like, we'd be calling it a sausage with a foreskin. So.
Stevie. One ball bounced over the other. That was interesting. These are really small, or I'm old now. It's been 84 years. Right, I would like to know your worst ever jobs or gigs. I'll open it up. You've all had great
Everyone's
jobs.
too
I don't
polite.
believe
All
it.
right, no, okay. I had the worst gig recently, in fact. It was in Liverpool. Thanks.
Excellent.
No, it was right. So I went to Liverpool, and it was a gig that I'd agreed to like a few months in advance, and I thought, you know what? I'll just cancel. I'll agree now, and then I'll cancel when it comes around to it. And then I just kept forgetting to cancel, and so I had to do the fucking thing because I felt bad about it. In the meantime, however, the bar that it was meant to be had flooded and been renovated as a Benidorm themed bar.
Oh, no.
Not Benidorm the place, Benidorm the TV show. And it had screens everywhere playing episodes as we were trying to do the gig. It was truly bizarre, and there were only 4 people in the audience, which was like, and like, hey, I have no like visions of grandeur about where I am in the stand-up circuit, but I had gone to Liverpool and arrived at a Benidorm themed bar, and I was hoping for something more. And the only 4 people there was an older couple who looked like some tragedy had recently happened to them, and there was a younger couple who were incredibly drunk already and repeated every word that you said back to you, like you were speaking with a strange echo. And I've never been happier to leave Liverpool.
Just to pitch in and like make sure you don't feel too much sympathy for Hannah here. I got offered the same gig, and it was. I don't want to make it obvious what gig it was, but we'd done a gig with that person before, and I saw that person put a group chat together, and I was like, fuck no, because the last time I did a gig with them, they didn't tell me it was in fucking Manchester. But I mean, my worst gig was actually not necessarily because of the gig itself. It was more. So it was a good gig, other than the fact that the person. So it was, you remember Gin and Tonic? Great, I really enjoyed Gin. Is anyone on there? Yeah, it was fantastic when it was. No criticism on Gin and Tonic whatsoever. It was just because it was really early in my like doing stand up, and the thing is, I'd already done Gin and Tonic before, and I think they were trying to build me up going on. They were trying to like hype me up. So before I went on, the compere said, before the next act. One of the best transgender comedians in Sheffield, and like immediately I froze up like, well, fucking hell, you just raised their expectations to 10. And then I come out dancing to Dude Looks Like a Lady with the cheap. Sorry, I can't be trusted with any mic. I've come out.
I feel like the mics might be the problem. I love to blame.
And so
I think we might be alright without them though. I'll be honest. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think we'll hear each other.
Fair enough.
And while we can still hear each other, let's stop making the mic shriek.
So yeah, like I come out, and basically my first cheap dick joke that I have of the night was like. Involved me like dancing around, like loads of energy, and I was so fucking winded by the time I started my material that I couldn't get it out, and I was far too well tucked for getting it out. And like so I was so winded, and then because of that I got in my head that like the audience weren't laughing, and it's because I wasn't telling any jokes because I was. And then
Some kind of character act.
And then, but it was just the fact that I was like, you know what, Curtis, I appreciate saying that, but realistically, best transgender comedian in Sheffield, I was offended on behalf of Hannah because there's only fucking 2 of us. Like, it's not a compliment, but it is an insult to my friend. So yeah, and so I just tanked the rest of the gig.
In Hannah's honour.
You know what I'm going to say about yeah. Sorry, you just told me not to hold it.
And that is how you got your reputation as the worst transgender.
Make sure everyone knows.
Wear that like a badge of honour.
Like a badge of honour.
Is that a hate crime? Oh, you're doing the Scot. No, you're doing the Scot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, badge of honour. Yeah, please give me points.
No, you questioned me. No, I can't even remember the category was. Worst job or gig? I don't want to put pressure on you, but the red paddles, like, it's way red.
It's itchy.
You were gearing up for the red stroke orange paddles starting to waggle.
I'm excited. We haven't had any paddles yet. That's exciting. I'm just encouraging you now. It's like when I said the other week, this is a side. Okay, really quick. I said, I really like Eccles. I really like Eccles, and that's obviously encouraging it. And someone cheered. I went, she went, yeah, I live in Eccles. anyway, you've distracted me. What was it? What was the category?
Bad gigs and jobs.
Bad gig. Well, we've all had bad gigs. If you haven't done comedy, honestly, it is a minefield. But bad jobs. I was in a job once as solicitors, and I didn't love it, to be fair. But the guy told me how to vote in Brexit. He said, if you don't vote this way, you'll be out of a job. But anyway, but the thing I always remember, he got IT involved to check in what we were doing whilst we were working. And we had this meeting, and he sat us all down and he said, right, everyone, I've looked through, we've been looking what you're doing, whether you're working hard enough. Last week, someone spent 16 hours on Daily Mail website. Everyone said, it's not me. Everyone said, it's not me. Someone spent 15 hours doing this, blah, 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 it's not me. And then there was only 6 of us in the office. I'll give you a clue, I was the only gay. Anyway, and someone spent 22 hours watching Shirley Bassey videos on YouTube. And everyone just saying.
The same one, or 22 different hours? I didn't know she had that much material. I'm from Wales.
Don't you dare. Don't start, because I will get nasty. She has got many hours. She's fantastic. You're Welsh.
Yeah, that's alright. She can still be an arsehole. Short tiger, mate. I've heard some stories, that's what I'm saying. It's not that kind of podcast. Anyway.
Worst job. I'll yell, it's fine.
Project.
Well, when I was 19 in the summer over uni, I was working in a cafe, and it was so shit that people kept quitting, and so I became the supervisor within 2 weeks.
And it stays on.
He's like, here's the key to the building. You don't have a credit card because you're 19 and you don't know how life works. But no, it was really bad, and I remember one day he just kept mistreating everyone. He was like underpaying us. He would take money out of the till to like pay for things, and then the till would be down. Like, the till's down, fuck you. I'm gonna take it out of your tips. And so I said, legally, no, you can't do that. That's actually illegal. You can't, garnish our wages. And then he waited until I was in the back room to then corner me and yell at me and be like, how fucking dare you? I can do what I want. Was your dad a lawyer? And I went, well, my mum is a judge. So, and she just went, we'll see. Well, I can Google. You can go. I was like, okay. And so I don't think I came back. I think I locked it, and then I think I kept the key. I was just like, I don't want to go back, and I won't.
Bad jobs, Hannah?
I started this. We talked about Benidorm. It was a wonderful time. Everyone laughed more than you remember.
I bet she said a bad job as well, so it's going to be great.
I used to moderate comments on the Guardian website.
We'll never get to know what happens next. Right, quick fire rounds. We haven't got the time left. I manage these balls badly. Not for the first time in my life. Right, I want to know your weird crushes. And you only get one line to tell us why it's weird. We'll have to judge for ourselves. Stevie's ready.
Miss Piggy. It's weird because everyone else thinks it's weird. It's not. They built her. She's built like a person, and then they just put a snout on and expected us to think she was a pig. Have you seen it? Have you seen how she's built? In Muppets Treasure Island, she's thick. She's down with the thickness. Miss Piggy's hot, and I will take no further questions, Your Honour. Quick fire.
Jack? Is it Shirley Bassey?
No, I sincerely, I did used to have recurring dreams when I was about 16 of Phil Spencer. You know Phil Spencer? From Relocation. Yeah, on the beach. And I used to tell everyone, and I didn't even know I was I was having gay drinks before I knew I was gay.
So you were romantically together on the beach?
No, it was just frolicking. I mean.
Were you there?
Yeah, well, yeah, but it was through my eyes. You don't usually see yourself from a distance, unless you've got psychosis. I was seeing it.
There's a lot to unpack there, and I did say it's quick fire. We haven't got time. Mark?
I've forgotten his name, but he used to be the Deputy Prime Minister of the Conservative Party. Dominic.
Raab.
Dominic Raab. No, God, no. Give him some credit. It was
You'll
like
get no
Gollum.
points. You'll get no points for this.
Dominic Raab. Yep. It's just he's got a great chin. He can play Batman. Has he?
It's interesting, but it's not funny.
God, it's going to be the same, interesting but not funny. I'm sorry, I can't think of like a single, but I think my weird crush is that I fancy literally everyone, and to the point that it's a problem. My birthday's coming up, and I thought, oh, you know what? I'll do something cute. I'll have a cute idea. We'll have friends around for a sleepover. I realised that I'd slept with too many of them, and there was now an awkward politics amongst the group, and I didn't know how to be like, let's have a platonic adult sleepover for my birthday, and so it just didn't happen. Just I couldn't bring myself.
Sleepover's not happening.
A sleepover's not happening.
You said we could bring the DSs, and I was like,
so sorry.
I was so looking forward.
I'm still waiting for my invite. It's been cancelled before I was even invited. It's weird, Hannah's got no points at all.
I want the dress.
Well, I brought the cleavage.
It's just like high school. Right.
Young Princess Anne.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's problematic because she is a fascist. But
Fastest shit in the world.
Never heard it pronounced that before.
never will again. Yeah, no, I mean, she's royal Tory, but she could get it. Also, did you hear about the time she nearly got mugged and they said, give me your money? And she went, oh, I bloody think not. That's hot.
That is hard. So is it she could get it, or is it you could get it?
Oh, I think we could take turns.
I once came home from having my hair cut. My hairdresser has this terrible habit of blow drying the front of my fringe so it's completely up. And I walked in. You're a bit nervous when you have your hair cut. You think, oh, I hope it looks alright. And I walked in and Brad was there and he went, alright, Princess Anne.
I do want to specify young princess Anne. Like in the 70s when she was at the Olympics. I'm worried that I know too much about Princess Anne. I've listed like 3 facts about her and I'm gonna stop.
Take the microphone away. Right, are we gonna allow the scores to stand, or would you like to chaotically? Yeah. Ooh. All right. Well, you can pick a number between 1 and 5. Go on.
I wasn't aware there was more to do.
That's fair. That's on me. Or you can nominate someone else. Number 4. Okay, Lucy, you're the winner.
Yay!
That's how it works. Yes. You put in all this work, you make people laugh, you don't win. This is just like a metaphor for comedy.
I like to believe I was already going to win. And you can't stop me from thinking that.
I can show you the scores. But the real prize is the friends we made along the way. So this has been the Comedy Arcade. You've seen the brilliant Jack Mclean. The amazing Stevie Yardy. The magnificent Marc Burrows. The heroically amazing Hannah Braggins. And your victor, Princess Anne's wife, stroke husband, stroke spouse, because as we covered, non-binary. I've just
Good save, good save.
yeah, right. I was just like, yeah, but she looks. Oh. While we were
The end of
wrapping up,
2001: A Space Odyssey.
you put flashing lights on with a panel full of neurodiverse people. What a knob. Right, anyway. Lucy, you are the worthy winner. This has been the Comedy Arcade. I believe now, in the true spirit of what happened happens at a comedy night, there's going to be karaoke.
Woo!
So, stick around for that.